Brainerd Pee Wee B1 versus Prairie Center. Rife up the middle into the Prairie. Shot on goal, pad save. Hokinson, slap shot. Dribbles wide. Campbell tries to wrap around. That's also saved. Out to the point, Henson. The shot deflected wide, and Prairie Center skates it out into the neutral zone. Puck on the near side. Dumped in by Prairie Center. Anderson after it. Henson slips into the net. Campbell out to center ice. Sends it down into the Prairie Center zone. Right after it. Hokinson there. Prairie Center back the other way. Wyatt Jones back by himself. Poke check. Nice. Picked up by Lick. Lick up through the neutral zone on the far side. She's tripped as she enters the zone. Penalty coming on Prairie Center. They trip up Bennett Lick. Oh, Brainerd on the power play. Lick dumps it back in. From the point, Prairie Center. Puck out to center ice. Lick and Jones are back. Shot on goal covered by Johnson for a whistle. Archie Fearbin on the face-off. Wins the face-off and chips it down ice. Into the Prairie Center zone. Archie racing for it. Still has a stick on it. Behind the net now. Fearbin out to the point to Lick. Lick fires it. Shot hits traffic. Deflected over to the near side boards. Out to Jones at the point now. He dekes around a defender and gets tripped, but we're not going to call a penalty there. Prairie Center back the other way into the Brainerd zone. Angled off by Lick. She steals the puck away into the neutral zone. Centers it to Fearbin up the middle. Fearbin dekes around a defender. Shot. Scores. Nice assist there from Lick to Archie Fearbin. Puts it into the left side of the net, just under the blocker. Brainerd on the board. Rife, Moores, and Hansky, I think. Rife on the face-off and wins it. Back to Henson. Henson off the boards. Up to Moores. Moores to Rife in the center. Over to Hansky. I think it's Hansky. Nice pass to Rife, and Rife scores. Oh, it's Friesen. Sorry, Kide Friesen. Nice assist from Kide Friesen to Bentley Rife. And Brainerd up 2-0. Bentley Rife back to Henson again off the center faceoff. Chips it up along the boards into the Prairie Center zone. We're going to call that an icing. Come all the way back down. Rife back to Henson off the face-off. Henson over to Anderson. Up the boards to Friesen. Intercepted by Prairie Center in the Brainerd zone. Puck loose in the far corner. Rife gets a hold of it. Sends it back up to Friesen along the far boards. Friesen skates it out of zone. Loose puck in the center. Picked up by Moores. Stolen off of his stick by Prairie Center. And they skate back into zone. Shot just inside the blue line. Goes wide. Picked up by Henson. Up to Moores. Moores sends it across the neutral zone, but Friesen not able to get a stick on it in time. Icing on Brainerd. Come back the other end. Fearbin wins the face-off. Back to Jones. Hokanson picks it up in the near corner of the Brainerd zone, right out to center ice to Campbell. Campbell, one-on-one, splits the D, and not able to get control of the puck in time to get a shot off. Puck down in the Prairie Center zone. Campbell, top of the slot, fires from the left wing circle. It's deflected up into the netting for a whistle. Fearbin wins the face-off. Henson from the high slot, shot on goal, saved by Prairie Center 10D. Henson again to Fearbin. Fearbin chips it forward and comes back out to neutral zone. Henson with it again. Skates it across the blue line. Somebody's offsides there. Brainerd line change. Face-off is going to come outside the Prairie Center zone. Rife, Frericks, and Hansky. Anderson up to Hansky. Hansky chips it into the Prairie Center zone. Rife and Hansky behind the net. Frericks, high slot. Hansky to Rife, out front, loose puck in the slot. Rife again, another shot on goal. Save. 10:45 left in the first period. We have 8 shots on goal. Prairie Center 1. Score 2-0. Rife on the face-off. Draw. Back to Lick. Lick. Prairie Center off the wall. Into the neutral zone and dumped deep into the Brainerd zone, near side corner. Picked up by Frericks. Frericks and through the neutral zone up the right side. Tips it forward. Picked up behind the net by Hansky. It's stolen away from him by Prairie Center. They're looking to clear it out. They get it just across the blue line and ship it down further. For an icing on Prairie Center. Fearbin on the face-off, back to Anderson. Anderson. Fearbin, back to Anderson. Anderson over to Henson. Henson's got, bounce off the stick. Down to Moores in the right lower corner. Moores spins away, centers it to Fearbin. Shot and scored. Nice pass by Moores there. A little spin in the corner and able to get a pass to Fearbin. And Brainerd scores again. Fearbin on the face-off, wins it back to Henson. Henson pokes it forward, skates it in on the left side. Henson still controlling. Friesen, not really open, and stolen away by Prairie Center. Henson skates back, puts pressure on center ice, and they have to dump it in deep. Fearbin in after it as it's covering for Henson. Over to Anderson, up the wall to Friesen. Friesen sends it across the neutral zone to Colton Moores. And Fearbin comes in for Moores crosses the blue line for an offsides. Rife wins the face-off. Jones dumped it in, but Prairie Center sent it back out. Lick sends it in on the far wall, deep into the Prairie Center zone. Campbell there with Rife. Poked out to Hokinson, but swept away by Prairie Center back to the neutral zone. Lick over to Jones. Jones up the near side wall to Hokinson. Bounces over his stick. Puck deep in the Prairie Center zone, far corner. Rife and Campbell. Campbell with the puck. Looking to get it to Hokinson. Shoots through the slot to the near wall. Hokinson sends it up to Jones at right D. Hokinson steps up and bounces it off the wall deep into the corner again. Backhand pass to Campbell. Oh! Wasn't able to settle the puck on his stick to get that shot off in the slot. Lick trying to keep it in. And puck out in the neutral zone. Hokinson dumps it back in deep. Rife in after it. Poke check. Rife and Campbell in the far corner, battling for the puck. Out to Lick. Lick, shot. Hits some traffic and bounces high. Hokinson centers it. Rife is tripped, but no penalty. Campbell looking to center it from behind the net. He gets tied up. Prairie Center comes away with it. Hokinson steals it away. Sends it along the wall, but it's intercepted. Hokinson steals it back. Prairie Center finally manages to get it out to neutral zone. Jones over to Lick. Lick up the far wall to Campbell. Campbell skates it in. Left wing circle. Centering pass to Rife. Not able to get the shot off. And it gets poked in. Campbell got a shot. A rebound popped down right in the crease and Rife poked it in. Looked like Brainerd up 4-0. Fearbin wins the faceoff over to Frericks. Taken away from him by Prairie Center. Centering pass by Prairie Center, but knocked down by Fearbin. Henson up the near wall to Frericks. Bounces over his stick. Sent back in deep by Prairie Center. Anderson in the far corner now with it. Up the wall to Friesen. Fearbin pokes it forward. Up the middle. Fearbin's got some room. Shot off the blocker. Loose, middle of the zone. Anderson, left D, over to Henson, right D. Henson's got some room. Shot from Henson, blocker save by Prairie Center goalie. Fearbin, shot on goal, is covered for a whistle. Rife on the face-off. Out to Lick. Tries to center it. It's intercepted. Brought out to neutral zone. Moores picks it up. He skates in on the right side. Dumps it in deep. Friesen in after it in the far corner. Moores there to help. Rife there. Puck loose behind the net. Friesen going for it. Prairie Center comes away with it. Sends it up the far wall, but Lick keeps it in to Rife. Rife left wing circle. Shot is blocked by defender. Friesen up the near wall to Moores. Moores centers it. Nobody there. Lick keeps it in along the wall. Dumps it in deep. Friesen to Rife. Rife right out front. And initially it was saved. I'm not sure. Moores may have tipped that in off that little rebound from Rife. Brainerd up 5-0. Shots on goal 14-1. Fearbin wins a face-off, ends up deep in the Brainerd zone. Anderson back for it. Sends it behind the net, over to Hokinson. Hokinson up along the wall. Fearbin picks it up. It's poked off his stick, but he manages to send it down ice and deep into the neutral zone. Campbell steals it. Left wing circle. Campbell. Backhand pass. Oh, that was nice. Over to Hokinson. He wasn't able to tip it in. Fearbin out front. 2 shots. Saved and covered by Prairie Center goalie. Fearbin, face-off, wins the face-off over to Hokinson, but bounces out. Henson has to chase it back deep in the Brainerd zone. Henson with the puck. He's got some speed up the middle. One-on-one now. Deeks around the defender. Henson. Oh, shoot. Hits the leg pad of the goalie. Didn't get anything on it. Fearbin battling for it behind the net now. Out to the point. Anderson with it. Anderson shot from the top of the circle. Saved by Prairie Center goalie. And puck ends up out in neutral zone. Anderson pokes it off the Prairie Center player. Stick. Campbell picks it up. Shot from high slot. Blocker save. Campbell with it again. Off the post. Over to the long near side boards. Fearbin with it. Fearbin has a good look here. Shot and scores. Blocker side. Reif on the face-off. Scores 6-0, 4 minutes left in the first period. Reif with it all the way up to the slot. Poked off his stick. Puck in the near side corner. Friesen out to Jones at the point. Jones steps up, shoots. Stick save. Rebound in the far corner. Reif sends it to Frericks, who's up high slot. Frerick tips it back to Reif. Friesen back out to Jones. Oh, Jones fell down, but Hansky was just tripped, no penalty. Legs were taken out from him. Lick chases back the Prairie Center. Nice poke check by Lick. Puck loose behind the Brainerd net. Lick picks it up, sends it forward off the boards. For Frericks into the neutral zone. Frericks and Friesen. Nice. Frericks, little tip pass to Friesen, who stuffs it in the net. Fearbin on the center face-off. Puck over to the near side boards, neutral zone. Moores poked off his stick. Henson with it, just inside the blue line of the Brainerd zone. Up to Moores. Moores tries to send it cross ice to Friesen, but poked away. Prairie Center dumps it down deep into the Brainerd zone. Moores after it on the near wall. Moores back to Henson. Henson sends it behind the net over to Anderson. Anderson back the other way to Henson. Henson to Moores. Stolen off his stick. Anderson retrieves it. Fearbin now in the Brainerd zone. Carries it out. Cross center ice. The left side into Prairie Center zone. Spins away. Drop passes it to Friesen. Out to Henson at the point. Can't get a stick on it fast enough. Puck ends up down ice. Henson has to chase it down with Prairie Center player trailing. Tied up in the far corner. Henson kicks it to Friesen. Friesen centers it to Reif in the neutral zone. Friesen picks up the loose puck, center ice. Deeks around a defender. It's a shot off. Save. Puck deep in the Prairie Center zone. Try to clear it out. It's kicked back in by Lick and then ends up back out in the neutral zone. Reif, far side in the neutral zone. Sends it to Moores, right wing side. Bounces off his stick into the Prairie Center zone. They send it back out to center ice. Lick there to defend. Friesen enters the Prairie Center zone, left wing circle. Shot wide. Jones, right wing circle. Gates it in deep. Looking for someone to pass to up front. Nice pass there. Nobody can get their stick on it. Lick stops it at the blue line. In the neutral zone, Jones to Hokinson, Reif up the middle, over to Hokinson, poked off his stick, Hokinson retrieves it, trying to send it out to Jones at the point, Campbell picks it up, Campbell up the middle, shot, stick save by Prairie Center. Reif on the face-off. Puck's still sitting on the circle, battling for it. Prairie Center, deep in their zone, sends it up along the far wall, and they tip it all the way down ice for an icing. Reif on the face-off. Prairie Center comes away with it. A deep pass Anderson. Henson poking at it, and that's the buzzer as that shot at the end of the clock goes over the net. Start of the second period. Brainerd PWB1 versus Prairie Center. Brainerd up 7-0. Puck in the neutral zone. Jones pokes it forward and sends it down ice. That's going to be an icing. Yep. Shots on goal at 26 for Brainerd, 1 for Prairie Center. Fearbin on the face-off, wins it back to Jones. Jones sends it behind the net to Campbell. Campbell back to the far side for Frericks. Frericks pokes it forward through the neutral zone. Frericks, and on the right side, Fearbin's right out front. Frericks fanned on it. Loose puck picked up by Prairie Center, poked away by Fearbin. Fearbin with it now behind the net. Out to Frericks. Frericks shot, score. Nice. Nice pass there from Fearbin to Frericks. Standing just inside the right wing circle. Top shelves it. Lick on the face-off now. Back to Rife at D. Friesen up the middle. Over to Lick. Lick stumbles a little, but still has the puck. Sends it back to Friesen out front. Friesen centers it to Moores. Poked off his stick. Loose puck to Rife. Out at D. Rife fans on the puck. Henson sends it down into the Prairie Center zone. Moores after it. Bounces off the wall and out to center ice. Lick picks it up. Over to Rife. Rife just inside the Brainerd zone. Sends it to Friesen at the red line. Friesen skates it in. Lick and Moores trailing. Friesen gets it right out front off the stick. And Lick tips it. The rebound in. Score by Lick. 9-0. Fearbin off the face-off to Campbell. Campbell up the middle. Shot. High slot. Defender got a little bit on Campbell's stick, so I couldn't get a good swing at it. Stick save by Prairie Center goalie. Fearbin on the face-off. Out to Campbell at the point. Sends it along the near side wall. Back deep into the Prairie Center zone. Fearbin loses his glove. Loose puck picked up by Prairie Center. Shot from high slot. Jones sends it up along the wall. And I'm going to call it an icing, I guess. Fearbin wins the face-off. Jones is tied up in the far corner in the Brainerd zone. Fearbin steals it away. Sends it up along the far wall. Jones pokes it forward, clears it out. Jones still with the puck. Battling off a few defenders. Jones still with it all the way down. Centers it to Hokinson. Get a shot off. In the far corner. Fearbin battling for it. Out to Jones. At that point, he steps up to the right wing circle. Backhands it towards the goal. Goes a little wide. Puck in the near corner of Prairie Center. Tries to clear it. Goes off a skate. Anderson with it now with an easy top shelf shot. Anderson scores. Anderson letting the clock keepers know that he scored it. Lick on the face-off, wins it back to Henson. Henson. Hansky, the near side. Hansky sends it out to neutral zone. And shot, high slot. Blocker saved by Johnson. Frericks out to Lick. Sent back into Brainerd zone, offsides on Prairie Center. Lick on the face-off. Lick up the middle. Over to the left side. Looking for someone to pass to. Centering pass. Just in front of, just out of reach of Hanske's stick. Rife slap shot from the point goes wide. Lick in the near corner. Lick still with the puck. 2 defenders on her. Hanske in now to rescue. Freirich's in there to help. Hanske, backhand shot, goes off a skate. Loose puck out front. Lick almost got her stick on it. And Prairie Center back the other way, 2-on-1 with Rife back. Henson makes it back to help him. Shot on goal, high in the left wing circle. Easy stick save for Johnson. .10:33 left in the second period. Shot from right D point by Prairie Center. Stick saved by Johnson again. Jones with the puck. Brainerd zone. Centering pass to Friesen. Bounces off his stick at center ice. Fearbin waiting for Friesen to get out of the zone so he can dump it in. What? I don't know what happened there. The puck ended up in the Brainerd bench. Fearbin back to Campbell. Campbell up along the near side wall. Friesen tips it in. And Prairie Center with the puck deep in their zone. Fearbin battling for it. He's tripped up. No tripping penalty. Fearbin centers it. Prairie Center there to pick it up and skate it out. Prairie Center back the other way. Jones and Campbell are back. Moores hustles back to help. Puck loose, a high slot. Oh, nobody knew where it went. It was under Jones's feet. Jones up the middle in the neutral zone. In on the right side. Jones still with the puck. He dumps it in behind the net. Friesen there. Tips it back to the point. Fearbin. Drop pass to Friesen. Up to Fearbin. Fearbin tries to spin and shoot. He gets tied up and Prairie Center comes away with it. Puck in the far corner, the Prairie Center zone. Fearbin, Moores out to Jones at the right D. Jones sends it down deep to Moores. Moores looking for someone in the slot. Puck up against the net, and Prairie Center sends it out. Center ice. Jones to retrieve it. Jones dumps it back, but Prairie Center's there to pick it up as Brainerd line goes out for a change. Jones deep in the, fans on it. Friesen up to Lick. Lick trips up center ice. Prairie Center back the other way. Lick, poke check. Lick up the middle, poked off her stick. Friesen picks up the loose puck. Gets it in deep in the Prairie Center zone. Puck along the wall. Henson picks it up center ice, skates it in on the left side. Henson poked off his stick into the near corner. Up the wall to Anderson, to Rife. Rife over to Lick, right D, shot wide. Anderson down low. Anderson sneaks in from behind the net, gets a backhand shot off, but it saved by the Prairie Center goalie. Henson at the blue line. Step up. behind the net. Hokanson swatting at it. Sends it back behind the net again. Lick sends it out to Reif at the right deep point. Slaps it in towards the slot. Anderson, high slot. Shot, save. Prairie Center goalie. Fearbin on the face-off, left wing circle. Out to Campbell at the point. Campbell tries to send it in deep. Prairie Center sends it back to him. Prairie Center's unable to clear it out. Jones picks up the loose puck over to Frericks. Frericks skates it in on the right side. Fearbin with him. Poked off of Frericks' stick, and loose puck is shot in by Archie Fearbin. Tough angle right off the goal line. Fearbin scores. Scores 11-0 and 6:31 left in the second period. Shots on goal are 36 for Brainerd, 5 for Prairie Center. Puck's deep in the Prairie Center zone. Out to Jones at the right deep point. Jones steps up. Shot hits traffic. Puck back in the far corner again. Hansky chases after it. Hansky steals it away. Sends it back to Moores. Moores chips it off the wall, but Prairie Center there to swat at it. Puck's still in their zone. Bounce just across the blue line, and Jones carried it in for an offsides. Lick on the face-off, wins it over to Moores. Puck loose just inside the neutral zone. Lick picks it up. Sends it back to Henson. Henson spins away from the defender, up to Friesen along the near boards. Friesen sends it to center ice, where Prairie Center picks it up and heads back the other way. Falls off his stick, and Reif sends it up to Lick. Lick in on the right side, carries it in deep into the Prairie Center zone. Lick over to Moores, off his stick to Reif. Reif fires it wide. Along the near boards. Friesen to Moores, high slot. The shot's blocked. Lick with it, centering pass, picked up by Prairie Center. Nobody there in that high slot. Prairie Center heads down ice. Henson, poke check, steals the puck away. Over to Reif, right D. To Lick, center ice. Lick carries it in, right side. Pokes it forward. Friesen scores. Pass from Lick there to Friesen. Fearbin on the face-off, brings it back to Jones. Jones off the wall to Hokanson, just out of reach. It's poked back out to neutral zone. Prairie Center up the left side. Poke check from Jones, steals away. Loose puck, a high slot. Campbell skates away with it, down ice. Campbell right up the middle. Shot. Ooh, blocker save by, or pad save by Prairie Center. Campbell out, left D, tied up right at the blue line. Fearbin picks up the loose puck, sends it over to Anderson. Anderson looking for Hokanson. Back out to Campbell at point. Prairie Center sends it all the way down ice. It's going to be an icing. 4 minutes left in the second period. on the face-off, wins it back to Henson from the left wing circle. Sent across ice. And Prairie Center manages to send it down deep in the Brainerd zone. Henson has to race for it. Puck loose in Brainerd zone. Bouncing puck is sent out to Lick at center ice. Lick runs away with it right up the right side again. Gets down deep and chips it in. Another goal from Bennett Lick. Fairbairn on the center face-off, wins it back to Reif over to Henson. Henson spins away. Henson skates it through the neutral zone, up the right side, cuts towards the center, shot off the crossbar. Rebound over to Fairbairn, the near side to Friesen. Friesen centers it to Moores, high slot. Moores' shot goes a little bit wide. Friesen with it again, down low, knocks down a player. Henson with it on the near wall. Deeks around the defender. Up to Friesen. Puck still down low. Up the near boards to Henson. Henson still with the puck. Centers it to Rife. Rice steps right up the middle. Tries to 5-hole it and shut down by Prairie Center goalie. Puck tied up on the boards deep in the Prairie Center zone. Fairbairn, Friesen off the blocker. Moores, slap shot, scores. Moores rocketed that one from the right wing circle. Lick on the face-off, sends it back to Jones. Jones sends it over to Hokinson, out of his reach. Prairie Center sends it back down into the Brainerd zone. Jones retrieving. Spins away up the far side ball. Centers it to Lick. Lick up the middle. Over to Hokinson. Up the right side. Hokinson gets it into Prairie Center zone. Anderson in the near corner. Up along the wall. Anderson and Lick. Out to Campbell from the point. Hits a player and bounces into the far corner. Hokinson. Bouncing puck poked out to Jones. Jones has to stab it forward as he's got two defenders on him. Puck comes out to neutral zone. Campbell chases after it. Campbell with the puck. Picking up some speed. Up the middle. Center ice. High slot. Poked off his stick, but able to get back on it into the near corner. Centering pass to Jones up the middle. Shot on goal. And puck out to Lick at the lefty slot. Up to down to Anderson. Anderson tries to backhand it to Hokinson. He's sitting in the slot there, but it's poked away. Campbell from the point. Slap shot deflected away. Hokinson retrieves it to Lick in the far corner. Lick out to Jones at the right D point. Jones fires it. It's blocked. Campbell comes up the middle. Shot. Saved by Prairie Center goalie. I'm getting hammered on today. Campbell from the lefty slot. Shoots. Saved with a glove by Prairie Center goalie. Jones. Anderson. Anderson shoots it in. Blocker side. Hansky with the puck off the face-off. In on the left side. Shot on goal. Saved by Prairie Center goalie. Henson over to Rife. Rife In the right wing circle, shot. Glove save by Prairie Center goalie. Fearman on the face-off, back to Reif. Reif looking for somebody to pass to. Reif, center, steps up, it's poked off his stick. Sends it in deep behind the net. That's the end of the second period. Score is 15-0, shots on goal 49-5. Jones on the face-off, playing center, start of the third period. Henson on right wing, Friesen on left wing. Campbell and Moore is back on D. Friesen to Jones up the middle, rolls off his stick, Henson picks it up. Henson centers it over to Friesen, out of his reach, out to Campbell at the point. Campbell tries to send it in deep, but referee's skate gets in the way. Friesen picks it up, tries to spin towards Campbell, slap shot from the point. Backhand, Friesen off the rebound. Henson behind the net. He's knocked down. Friesen out to Moores at the point. And ends up down ice. Brainerd zone. Moores races back after it. Shot, blocker, save. Loose puck in the slot. Swatted away. Campbell tries to send it to Henson. It's intercepted. Henson with the puck. Up to Jones along the near wall. Friesen picks it up. To Henson. Henson up the right side. Shot. Stick save. And covered for a whistle. Lick on the face-off. Hokinson and Campbell on wing. Reif and Fearman back on D. Lick back to Reif. Reif sends it far side to Anderson. Anderson out to Fearman at point. Bounces over the blue line for an offsides. Lick on the face-off. Gets it back to Rife. Rife back to Lick. Center ice. She falls down. And Prairie Center, and they miss the puck. Anderson picks it up. Skates it in up the middle. Shot. Center mass. It's covered for whistle. Jones wins the face-off. Back to Moores, who wasn't ready for it, so Prairie Center got a little breakaway here. Saved. Oh, Prairie Center finally scores. (15-1). Jones on the faceoff, wins it back to Moores. Moores off the wall to Friesen, intercepted. Prairie Center skates it into the Brainerd zone, slap shot off of traffic, bounces out into the neutral zone. Moores with it, deep in the Brainerd zone. Jones, center zone, tips it forward to Frericks. Frericks in on the right side, back to Jones, but there's 3 men on him. Jones down low, hits the skate of the goalie, and it's covered for a whistle. Lick on the face-off, wins it back to Rife. Slap shot by Rife, hits a player. Ends up deep in the Prairie Center zone. Henson down low, poked off his stick. Henson battling for it in the near corner. Tries to backhand at the Lick, but it's intercepted. Off to Rife. Rife shot, kicked away. Friesen fumbles it in the neutral or the center ice and center zone. Puck out to center ice now. Prairie Center. Lick battles it away. Sends it back to center ice. Fearbin deep in the Brainerd zone now. Sends it behind the net over to Rife on the near side wall. Henson pokes it forward. Prairie Center dumps it back in. Fearbin up the other side now. Skates with it up to Friesen. Friesen over to Henson. Bounces off his stick from offsides. Jones on the faceoff, wins it back to Moores. Picked up by Anderson. Centers it to Jones, who's tied up in the high slot. Poked off of Hokinson's stick. Up deep in the zone, Jones with it, skates it behind the Prairie Center net. Out front to Anderson. Buries it in the top right corner. Brainerd up to 16-1 now. .8:30 left in the game. Campbell with it. Over to Anderson. Anderson skates it in on the left side. To Jones up the front, up the middle. Jones shoots it off the blocker. Picks up the rebound down low. Jones centering pass to Anderson. Shot goes in. 17-1. Lick on the face-off. Lick picks up the loose puck in the neutral zone to Rife. Rife up the middle. Over to Frericks. Frericks shot goes off the shin pad. Frericks picks up the rebound. Centers it through the slot. Nobody there. Hansky along the far boards. Hansky off the post. Prairie Center sends it up on the far wall. Fearbin keeps it in to Hansky. Hansky. Lick rolls off her stick and into the near corner. Rife. And Prairie Center, their big guy, skates away with it. He's got a breakaway. Stick save by Johnson. Shot bounces off the top of the post. Rife. Frericks. Frericks backhands it out in the neutral zone. Prairie Center with the puck. Send it down along the wall, deep into the Brainerd zone. Rife picks it up behind the net. Poked off his stick. Lick up to Jones. Jones. Friesen, or no, to Hansky. Hansky back to Jones. It's in traffic. Loose puck picked up by Henson. Poked off his stick. He knocks down a player. Purely accidental. And the puck is iced by Prairie Center. Five minutes, 30 seconds left, running clock. Prairie Center through the neutral zone, up the left side. Shot from left wing circle, saved by Johnson. That's 10 shots on goal for Prairie Center, 56 for Brainerd. Center of the puck deep in their zone. Manager cleared out. Center ice goes off the skate. Jones snatches it up, skates it across the blue line. Henson on the near wall, skates it in deep, heads towards the net, tries the deke man, and puck poked off his stick. Jones with it now, down low, centers. Poked away by the goalie, comes out to the point. Jones or Moore's not able to keep it in. Moore's over to Friesen, center ice. Friesen across the blue line, backhands it over to Jones. Goes behind him, he didn't see it. Jones tripped up in the near corner. Friesen grabs the puck, bottom of the right wing circle, stuffs it in. Lick back to Fearbin, over to Rife, back to Fearbin, up to Anderson, to Lick, up the middle, across the blue line, sends it over to Hokanson, out of his reach. Hokanson retrieves it, sends it back to Lick, to Anderson. Fearbin out of the point, slap shot, stopped. Hokanson off the far post. Anderson in the far corner, sends it out to the point, but out of the reach of our defenders, so they have to retrieve it from the Brainerd zone. Rife up to Lick, center ice, sends it over to Anderson, skates it in on the left side. Anderson, backhand shot, high and wide. Hokanson picks up the Loose puck, sends it out to Fearbin at the point. His shot hits a defender. Lick. Down low to Anderson. Back to Lick. Out of her reach. Reif. Loose puck, Anderson. Down low. Sends it behind the net. Hokinson after it into the near corner. Centering pass to Anderson. Backhand. Toe save. Lick tries to get the rebound. Lick out to the point to Reif. Reif keeps it in. Over to Fearbin. Fearbin down low to Anderson. Anderson. To Lick out front. Shot and scores. Lick puts him in the top right corner. Moores over to Campbell. Campbell, center ice, skates it up the middle. Dekes around one defender and kicks it down across the goal line. Tries to center it. Bounces off a Jones stick for Prairie Center to pick up. Just get it out across the blue line, but Campbell times him up. Jones. Puck battle along the far wall. Campbell out to Frericks, center ice. Frericks getting away with it out up the right wing circle. Sends it over to Jones. Jones not able to settle it, get a shot off. Sends it back to Moores. Right wing circle, shot. Saved by Prairie Center. Score Prairie Center goalie, 64 shots on goal. Lick on the face-off, 25 seconds left. Fearbin to Lick. Friesen. Shot from bottom of the left wing circle. Puck is tied up by the goalie. For a whistle. And the clock will probably just count down here. 2 seconds, 1 second. That's it. Game.